Hey, good morning, YouTube. This is Ali Director, your guide and mentor, and today I'd like to share with you an insightful information that I basically just experienced a couple minutes ago. So, as you guys are aware, I get these regular phone calls in reference to individuals coming to me for capital. They're in need of, let's say, raising $10 million, 20, 30, $40 million. And see, the thing is, like, yes, I understand that you have a business, it can be credible. You're probably trying to raise this money to grow the business, to acquire it, to take it to the next level so that you can do a financial exit, probably become very wealthy and try to do it instantaneously. So I got some tips and advice for those individuals that are actually trying to raise that kind of money. So as you guys know, like I do finance talk every Saturday to give you information, insights, and share some knowledge with you in reference to positioning yourself financially to build more financial confidence, to be strong in terms of the decisions you make financially, your credit report being strong, your financial plan being strong. So when it comes to business, when it comes to raising that kind of money, there are very, very different analogies and it's a whole different type of platform. You're dealing with investors who are very wealthy and successful at what they do. And the reason I can confidently give you advice on this topic is because on a regular basis, every month, once a month, or sometimes twice, I take road shows, right? I go around Europe, US, and we meet with institutional clients. Some of these families have hundreds of millions of dollars. Some of them have billions, and they've been very successful in whatever field they're in, right? Sometimes it's just that they built the business from family generations passed down to the point where they are now, and they're basically operating those businesses at very high capacity. So when individuals come and approach me saying, look, Ali, I need 10 million, 15, 20, $30 million, it's not wrong, right? Like I get that. Like you probably have a goal, you want to reach that target, but here's the thing, right? Like one of the biggest things that investors will actually look at is your pedigree, right? Like where do you come from? What kind of experience do you bring to the table? Have you dealt with money before at that capacity or even 10% of that capacity, right? What you're asking for, is it reasonable? Do you have a breakdown of how you're going to use the money? Do you have, in that capacity, when you're asking for 50 million or more, do you have a board of advisors that you can have advising you based on the decisions you make for your company, right? What are the process controls, right? How is the money going to be used? How is it going to be protected? How do we investors know that you're not going to go and frivolously spend it, right? So there's a lot of different elements when it comes to capital raising at that level. And one of the biggest things is like if it's a project, it requires more due diligence. So investors typically take an average of 40 to 60 hours. And believe it or not, based on statistics in the industry that I'm in, which is investment banking, private equity, and hedge fund business, the more due diligence an investor does, it means that you're on good track. And usually 60 plus hours of due diligence typically returns about 7 times their money. And then anything less than that, the numbers increase. And the reason why, it's because, when investors cut their due diligence time by half, or let's say at a certain point, it means that they're not confident in the business model, and probably means that they're not willing to pursue that objective of doing business with you. So if you're looking to raise a substantial amount of capital, if you're looking to raise that kind of money, be ready to document your business. Be ready to provide insights and information that can really help investors get some clear picture of what the type of business model you're in. And typically, if you're at the $50 million stage or even $10 million stage, you should have a team, and your team should be supporting and complementing what the business will need in terms of its success, right? So, for example, if you're an engineer, you probably need some development expert. You probably need some sort of sales expert. You probably need, marketing expert, business relationship expert, and all these type of things that have to complement your business to complete the whole picture. So this is the way, big capital works. This is the way the big money is going to be raised. And for a lot of individuals who are out there thinking that it's going to be easy breezy, it's not. It takes a lot more than that if you're going to try to raise 10 to $15 million or even $20 million. And I do this on a regular basis. So this is why I'm telling you this. And if you're here because you listen to my finance talk here on this channel, you're watching me, it's obviously because you trust in the advice I give, and trust me when I say that you absolutely need to be prepared when it comes to sitting down in front of these institutional clients, because they will rip you apart if you don't know what you're doing. But if you know what you're doing, and you're well prepared and you're well positioned, then you have a high chance of closing the deal and walking away with a handshake, with a confirmation of how much you're going to get in terms of a commitment from their side. So this was Ali, your guide and mentor. I wanted to make sure that you have this information, that you can walk away with some value today. And I'll see you Saturday for finance talk. Bye for now.